So now we are done with setting up of our Firebird robot. So the next step is to load the program. So for loading the program, you have to use bootloader software. So basically AVR bootloader is a software which is used for loading a hex file into the robot. So you are going to write your program in a C compiler, and after compiling it you will generate a hex file, and that hex file can be loaded into the bot using this bootloader. So inside the bootloader, now there are various options here. So I will just demonstrate how you can use it. So first is the COM port number. Okay, so this is the COM port number at which your bot is connected. In our case it's COM3. So check accordingly what is the case with you. With baud rate, you have to set it as 115200. You have to select the microcontroller. So Firebird 5 is using Atmega 2560, so we will select Atmega 2560. Then you can browse for the hex file from this place and click on the program button to load it. So for now, a demonstration, I am going to load a hex file for the GUI. So I will just browse that hex file. So it is located in the e-Yantra DVD folder. Inside this, it is located in Firebird 5 Atmega 2560. So double click to open it. Then inside this, you will find GUI and related firmware. So double click to open this. Firebird 5 Atmega 2560. Then you have a folder called Firebird 5 Atmega 2560 firmware. So click to open this. Then you will find USB GUI firmware. Now inside this, in the default folder, you will find a .hex file. So click on it and then click on open. So once you have opened it, you have browsed for the program successfully. Now the next step is to program. But before programming, there is a very important step which you need to follow always. Since you are using a bootloader method to load the program into the Firebird robot, so you have to first invoke the bootload. Okay, for invoking the bootload, there is a sequence which you have to follow. This sequence is mentioned in the document also. You can refer to that document, but I am also mentioning it here so as to make it very clear to you. Okay, please follow this sequence very carefully. So here you have two switches. Okay, so the switch here, this first switch, it is called the boot switch. This second switch is called the reset switch. Now whenever you want to invoke the bootloader, you have to first press the boot switch. Okay, so before setting it in boot mode, you have to switch on the robot. So I will just switch it on. Then I will press the boot button, the first button. Then next I will keep it pressed, and then I will press the reset button. Okay, then I will release the reset button and then release the boot button. Okay, so follow this sequence strictly. First press the boot button, then keep it pressed and press the reset button, then release the reset button and then release the boot button. Okay, now you are ready to load the program on the robot. So we again go to the AVR bootloader and click on the program button. So once you click on the program button, you have to wait, and as you can see, there is a LED which is blinking here, which means that the code is getting loaded in the robot. So just wait till the program gets loaded. As you can see that the LED. So here we can see that program has been successfully loaded. So you can just scroll down and see that it's written equal leaving program mode. So this means that program is successfully loaded and we are ready to run the robot using this program. So this program is of GUI. So Firebird 5 comes with a built-in GUI, graphical user interface. Using that interface you can run your robot. So I will show you what that GUI is all about. So now let me just minimize this close this bootloader. Make sure that you close this bootloader software, because this is using the COM port number, and also your AVI GUI software will be using the COM port number. So you need to close this in order that your COM port is being utilized by the GUI. So just now our next step is to install the GUI. So for installing the GUI, you have to again go into the folder e-Yantra DVD, and inside the DVD go in Firebird 5 at Mega 2560 robot folder. Inside this you will go inside GUI and related firmware at Mega 2560. Now go inside Firebird at Mega 2560 GUI. Go inside release folder. You will find a setup folder here. So double click to install this and follow the sequence. I have already, my system already has an installed version, so it will ask me for repair. I will just click finish, no problem. In your case, it may ask for to click the next button. You can just follow the next sequence as you always do in any of the installation. Once you are done, you can close this. So your installation is complete. So you can minimize it on the desktop. You can find the icon here, or you can also locate it from the all program menu, and you can find that it is installed in this. You can find it installed somewhere. Okay, so let me open this GUI. So this is the GUI for Firebird 5 at Mega 2560 robot. So inside this you will find there are lots of things. Okay, what are these? I will explain you just quickly. This is the COM port number. You can put the number of the COM ports, which is in our case as COM3. Then you have to click connect. So with this you will connect the GUI to your Firebird robot. Then you can see all the various kind of interface. Like the first one here is the buzzer. So when you click on this on button, the buzzer should start ringing. And then this is your motion control. So there are forward, backward, right, left and stop button into this. So when you click it, the robot will perform accordingly. So then we have the sequence for servo control. Okay, so left and right means two servo motors you can control. You can give the degrees you want to rotate for the servo. Then this is the place where you can, if you connect a camera, wireless camera, you can wireless or USB camera, you can view the output of it. This will show the level of voltage. This is the sequence where you can see the IR sensor, values of the IR sensors. Okay. This is where you will see the Saab sensor, the distance sensor. This is for the velocity. The velocity of your robot can be controlled. So there are two velocity meters here, for left and for right. And this is the place where you can see the values of your white line sensor. So left white line, right white line and center white line. So now let me connect it. So one thing which I have maybe missed, that once you have loaded the program on the Firebird robot using AVR bootloader, you need to restart the robot. Okay, so you have to switch off and on the robot. Okay, so for switching it off, you can now switch it in the opposite way where auxiliary power is there, and then switch it off. So your auxiliary power is not connected, so it will automatically get switched off. So now you are ready to get it programmed. So you can view here, it's written that your GUI is working. Okay, you can see here. Okay. Okay friends, so now we are almost done. Now what we will do is, we will put the COM port number in the GUI and connect the Firebird robot. So go in the GUI and click on the COM port. So COM port 3 and then click on connect. So now you can see that there are lots of bars with moving threshold and everything. So these are actually your sensor value which is being displayed here. So first of all, the first thing which you will be checking is the buzzer, whether your buzzer is working fine or not. So click on this buzzer on. Once you click on your buzzer will start ringing. So congratulations, your bot is working fine. Let us check the other parts also. Now switch off the buzzer. Okay, so the buzzer is off. Now let's check the motion. So first of all, first motion, just try the forward motion. So your robot is moving forward, then I stopped it, otherwise it will fall. Then backward, stop, right, stop, left, stop. That means the motor is also working fine. So good. Now next part is testing your IR sensors. Okay, so IR sensors here are these small sensors which are present. Okay, you can just locate it here. This is the IR sensor, the small proximity sensors. Okay, there are 8 such sensors present on the robot. So you can test. These sensors are used for testing the distance of the object. Or you can locate details about these sensors in the manual. Okay, hardware and software manuals are given to you, so you can refer to that. So basically proximity sensors are used to measure the distance. So I will use it to measure the distance. Let's see how. So I will use this seat to just put an obstacle, so as an obstacle. Okay, so this is the front sensor which is there. It is number 3, I think. Okay, I don't remember the exact number. You can just figure out in the manual. But one of the sensor will go up and down a lot. Okay, so you can see, yes, it is number 3. You can see that the IR proximity sensor 3 is, when I am going in close to it, it is going down to value of 0. Okay, close to 0. Okay, so increase the distance and you will see that slowly it is increasing. Okay. Similarly, you can test for the other sensors also. So this is your sensor number 4. So actually this is a bit long. Now you can see that it is number 4. So you can increase the distance and see that it is slowly working. It's fine. You can similarly check for all of the sensors whether it's working fine or not. Okay. So I hope all the sensors would work fine. Okay. Now let's see the next one, which is the Saab sensor. Okay. So Saab sensor is the bigger sensor just above the proximity sensor. Okay. This sensor is used to sense longer distance. Okay, it is also same as the proximity sensors. Just the difference is it can sense longer distance. Okay. Again, you can refer to the manual for knowing more details of it. So we will test the Saab sensor. Okay, so just let me put it like this. Okay. Now this is my obstacle. So I will keep it close. So this is my third one. So you can see that this is a lower value, and as I go on increasing this distance, the value goes up. So this means that the sensor is working fine. Okay, and since other sensors are not connected, so their value is not being shown. Okay, now let's check the another sensor, which is the white line sensor. So white line sensors are present at the bottom of your robot. So there are 3 white line sensors, left, center and right. Okay, you can know more about it by referring to the hardware and software manual. So for checking this, I have to place it on the white surface. Okay, so let me just put it here. Okay, this is the white surface. Now as you can see, all the 3 sensors are showing a value of as low value, which means it is on white surface. Now let me put it on some black surface. So you can see that value has gone high. Okay, so that means the sensor is also working fine. So with this we have checked all the sensors and almost everything is working fine. So thanks for your patience. With this we have checked all the hardware. All is working fine. So if all these are working fine, that means your hardware is very good. You can start your work. So read your hardware and software manual, search on the web, post your any queries on the discussion forum, the QA section of e-Yantra. We will be always there, happy to help you out in any of the problems you are facing. So thank you for listening to us.